I have no idea if we were on beat or not. I have no idea. We couldn't hear it this week.
We're probably never on beat, honestly.
Never.
It might have been the first week. I could hear it coming through the first week.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Sophie.
I'm Becca.
I'm Danny.
And we keep losing people. I think we've only Marissa. We've only had one show that
with all
we've
of
had
us.
all been
Here on the Backseat
and
crew.
on the Backseat crew.
Yes.
Who are we? We are the Backseat crew.
I think we forgot to say it one week.
We did. Now we're like overcompensating for the 1 week we forgot to say it. Yeah, we're the Backseat crew. Yeah, we're here.
Mm-hmm.
It's right before spring break, technically.
Yeah.
I think we've all kind of clocked out by now.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of ready to go like relax.
Oh,
And hopefully not deal with classes as much as we have been.
Take my brain out, put it up on a dusty shelf for like a
And then
week.
forget about it when we come back anyway.
just don't
Hey.
come back.
Yep.
So this episode, we're recording right before spring break, but it comes out the first Monday of spring break. So that being said, just to start out, we won't have an episode next week for the podcast because of spring break, but we're going to try to do something else. We're going to try to do like a fun little thing to like put on the YouTube channel. So,
Gotcha.
yeah. Also, it's Danny's birthday.
Hey!
I've already told everyone not to sing happy birthday to Danny.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I didn't get the memo. Happy
Oh.
birthday to you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Thanks, Becca. Thank you.
Yeah, it's our first birthday on the podcast,
Yeet.
technically. Marissa's was right before, like the week before we did the podcast. And then Becca and I are summer babies.
Yeah.
July cancers.
Yep.
I don't know what that means. I just know that's supposed to mean I cry a lot, which is accurate.
It means school related things. I never got to have like a birth. There's never like a day
Oh,
where like
that's right.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't either.
So like anytime there's any kind of like thing I went to every week and stuff, like there would be some students who had birthdays on those days, and then we could celebrate that. But I was always summer baby, so that was never a thing that happened.
I was also homeschooled.
Yeah, I was about to say
so-
both of y'all were home.
I was homeschooled. It's just I had events like co-op,
Okay.
and then
And, like, maybe, like, your electives
Awana
you
when I
did.
was like really little.
Okay.
So
And you all got the worst end of the stick when it came to school then, I
yeah.
guess. So being a spring birthday for school, it was always, so like when I was a senior in high school, I had just turned 18 going into the end of my senior year. So I guess that kind of works out really nice. But I do have friends who have fall birthdays, and that one's always a funny one. Like they fall on just at the deadline of whether they get to go ahead a grade or if they have to stay behind a grade. And like that's always really annoying. You'd think there'd be an easier way to do that, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know because like I said, I was homeschooled. I was in public school on and off, but never to the point. I think the only full year I ever did was 5th grade. But otherwise, I didn't really do anything related to school. I never even did sports or athletics or stuff like that. But I forgot we were going with this conversation, so I just started talking.
Nothing but straight public school for me.
Yeah.
That's really concerning. It's not the best thing in the world. It had its ups and its downs, but it's nothing but straight public school.
Yeah, we
Scarred.
have planned like maybe one of these weeks to do like a homeschool versus public school, like divide the table discussion.
I mean, we're already half and half, aren't we?
Yeah.
Marissa,
Yeah.
my other public school baby.
What were we talking about yesterday that was like kind of, we figured out we were like half and half on? What was it? It was, was it our mom's birthdays? It was May, June, or April, May, June, August.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
dad's birthdays
Julys.
as well or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dates are weird.
Split the table.
But talking about splitting the table.
I
that
was
brings us
ready to make that segue too.
Yeah, it brings us to the topic of our show today.
Well
Would you tell
done,
us
well
a little
done.
bit about
I'm
that?
going to stop you real fast though, because
Okay.
I was going to say related to school.
Oh.
We talked about manifesting on the podcast,
Oh,
the second
That
episode.
is right.
Yep.
So I'll segue back. And we manifested or talked about all that and talked about what we were going to try to manifest was me getting accepted into USF's master program within 4 weeks, specifically within 4 weeks. And I got accepted into USF's master program.
Yes.
That's so exciting.
Awesome.
Are you scared?
No,
Not at all.
no.
You don't sound convinced. It's
No.
exciting though.
I don't think so. I think I'll be fine.
You're going to grad school. If I had a little banner, I'd swing it in the air.
I know my mom's going to watch this, so I want my graduation present.
Oh.
I'm her only child who has gotten a bachelor's degree or is about to and is going into a master's program, so I'm claiming that deed.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
Mom.
Oh, you know she's gonna see it.
Oh,
too.
she's going to. Yeah,
gonna
she
see
comments
this.
every week.
Yeah.
She talked about. She was like, she said, "Rip Gigi." Yes, she took the quarters about last week's episode when we talked about my grandma stealing our quarters and playing poker, which is true. Yeah. Did you not watch last week's episode?
I meant to. I got busy with midterms.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anyway,
Sorry.
splitting the table.
This or that.
This or that.
This or that.
So we have a game because we didn't know what else to talk about in this week's show. I was really hoping Marissa was going to be here for this one because Marissa is just really good about coming up on the spot with things. And I felt like as soon as we started, she'd be like, okay, what about this or this?
See, but the interesting is there's no way that we can split the table evenly now without
That's
Marissa's
true.
input. Now it's a hard decision. Either we're one way or we're the other. We're going to have to hear about your input later. You know, I'll have to check back in and post it or something.
What if I just do a thing where like I just guess what her answer is gonna
We
be?
could.
We could. We'll guess
Okay.
what her answer
Okay.
is. So,
Okay. And
would
then-
you like to go first?
Yeah, we'll start out with this. I've seen this one all over TikTok, and this is what spurred the idea of this. I don't know if you don't really use TikTok. You use Instagram Reels. And Becca uses TikTok somewhat, right?
Yes.
Okay. So on TikTok, there's been lots of debate about wheels versus doors.
I think I missed that trend. I think my
It's
For You
recent.
page missed
Provide some more context.
It's so. Is there more wheels in the universe or in the world, or is there more doors in the world? Is the whole debate.
And I hate this. I need to preface by saying I hate this.
Yeah. And
But it's the fact to consider, right? So like, if you think about a car, it's the first thing that comes to mind with wheels. You've got 4 wheels on a car.
We also have 5 doors, technically, depending on what kind of car you have.
That's true. That's true. And there's also, if you factor what defines a wheel, right? So like anything that turns. So like cars have got gears in them. Clocks have got gears in them.
But you could also argue the same thing about doors. Windows open, like doors open.
I
Windows
I
on a
know.
door,
We
though.
talked about this
Windows on a
yesterday, and
door.
I'm not convinced.
I'm just saying.
I just think it's like one of those if and, right? Or like if but ones where it's like, yeah, I guess all windows are doors, but not all doors are windows, or vice versa. Like, I don't trust that. That
True.
I think
a window's not a door to me.
I think in order to resolutely like get the answer to this question, you need to give a very strict definition to doors and windows, and then purely going by those definitions, then answer the question.
What's the definition of a door? What's the definition?
I don't like this.
Well, you gotta think, like advent calendars.
Look, but I don't consider that a door.
Okay, but just because you have your own opinion on what a door is doesn't mean that's not what it is.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Is that for the sake of the argument, you need to make concrete definitions for each thing if you actually are doing it with the intent of finding the answer to the question. Otherwise, you're just arguing to argue.
I don't
Door.
like you.
A hinged, sliding, or revolving barrier at the entrance to a building, room, or vehicle in the framework of a cupboard. I don't know why I said it like that.
Well, that's not a window.
Yeah. No.
No, technically, if you have those giant windows that are like glass and are framed that like hinge inwards to like go to your backyard, like fancy rich people have.
At the entrance to a building.
Yeah, windows can be window doors,
They're doors.
but they're also windows.
they
when
just
they're
happen to be
closed.
doors that are transparent. That's
It's
all that
made
that
with
means.
the intent to act as a door.
Yes, so it's a door.
Yeah.
It's a window, but it's
I
a
don't.
door.
I'm still not in agreement. But
It's
anyway,
a door made out of glass.
it's doors or wheels, right? Like this is a whole nother ballgame.
Doors or wheels.
Doors or wheels. How do Shut up. How do we feel about this?
On TikTok, I have seen everyone on Team Wheels. I have not seen a pro doors TikTok. Go doors.
So-
Go Commodores.
So I think probably the reason for that is that the primary thing that you're gonna have wheels on is like modes of transportation.
Not necessarily. Wheels.
But you said primary,
That's
like the
all-
main-
wheels on the cameras.
But that's for the purpose of transporting the camera to and from the room.
Right.
So because of that,
Whoa. Whoa, bro.
Go
so
on.
wheels are primarily used as a method of transportation. And so we have to evaluate like
I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at her.
so we have to evaluate like how popular a mode of transportation like wheels and stuff is, because like wheels are not the only way to transport things. Animals is another way to do that. So I think if we were to have asked this question like a couple hundred years ago, answer would be doors, but because
See, I don't know.
I
do. So, but now since wheel-related transportation is so much more popular because of technology and different ways to use it, that becomes a more difficult question to answer. I think we would straight up have to go and like count at this point.
True.
Would you like to do the counting, Becca? Because
No.
that's a lot of counting to do.
No. If someone feels so inclined and if Elon Musk gets bored one day, he can spend the money to have people go count for him.
Okay, let's do just a brief count of our room we're recording in. So we've got 3 cameras. We got
9 wheels.
our confidence monitor. So 9, 13, at least right in front of. Oh, and then there's another camera back there. So 16. But we have
16,
1,
and then
2.
there's also these two.
There's carts.
Yeah,
those
the
carts.
carts.
So we got 4 each. So, and then
What's that?
those 2 storage things in the back there.
But they also
Those
have
are 8.
doors. So you have to count the fact that there's also things like that don't have wheels that have doors, like the big cabinets.
Look, I'm just going to leave this to my gut. And my gut, my big ol' hunch tells me there's more wheels.
I'm not
Final
saying there's
decision.
not, but I just have to play devil's advocate.
I just think there's more,
'Cause I'm
more
an
wheels.
ass.
I like wheels.
7,
The wheels go round
8.
and round.
And round.
In here, there's more wheels and doors.
I can see that argument, but like I said, advent
But what if that's like
calendars-
niche? What if that's like just because us? Like
Just
because we're a
because we're in-
technology
yeah.
program, we happen to have a lot of wheels. I wonder how many wheels are in the Area 151 downstairs.
Oh, I thought I'm like, how would you know about Area 51?
No, not the real one, but like the downstairs.
But that's what I'm saying. You have to
Area
factor in
151.
cabinets. You have to factor
Yeah.
in doors. Is a garage a door?
I mean, they
Technically,
call
yeah.
it a garage
But
door.
also on the other side, garage doors have wheels to make them whirl up.
I'm just gonna go
Who's
ahead
to say
and
they can't have both?
I'm gonna go ahead and say that cabinet doors and stuff are not
Cabinets?
Those are drawers,
Drawers.
and not
Those
doors.
are drawers, not doors.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I mean. Is I feel like the best way, like for doors and stuff, maybe define it as something that like it has to be able to have a person go through it.
No,
I think we should though.
no,
For this,
I raise you. What about a doggy door?
yeah.
no.
What about the doors, kind of on the same thing, that are like human-sized doors, but then they have a little door for like a little kid? Because we were talking about in Europe,
No.
Becca, you can shut up. In Europe, they've got like the little kid-sized doors to get into the bathrooms.
I want to hear. This has been a lot of debating. This has been a lot of back and forth, and I think far more consideration that we meant to dedicate to this.
Yeah.
What is y'all's opinion? Give it one or the other. I don't want
Wheels.
any extra explanation.
Devil's advocate, but probably wheels.
I'm thinking.
I don't know.
It's probably wheels.
Okay.
Probably.
All right. Probably
Anyway.
wheels.
Next one. Less controversial, maybe less controversial. Text message versus calling.
And this is just a preference, right? This is what this is.
Yeah, preference probably, yeah.
Okay.
So here's the thing: I hate texting.
I do too.
I really like calling.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Okay.
So like, I don't, cause like I think
Especially for like us two, like we
Like,
can't pick up like sarcasm or like social tones through text necessarily.
Yeah.
So like calling, but I can't. Whenever I call someone, I have to have like earbuds in because I cannot comprehend what people are saying over the phone.
I don't know. I feel like my reasoning for wanting to prefer phone calls is that it's more emotional. Like
yeah.
you hear someone's voice and you hear the tone of their voice, and like that to me is a little bit more like if I'm gonna take the time out of my day to be on the phone with you, like I like that I can hear the tone of your voice because it shows that I'm dedicated to whatever the conversation is. But text is just it's tedious now.
Yeah.
I have too many people that I've never gotten back to.
I
So
just
sorry.
use like the voice to text.
That is handy.
Yeah.
For me, texting, or at least like communicating via like texting and stuff, not necessarily like old-fashioned, like it's not old-fashioned. I'm stupid. But like
Email.
I have a very small group of people that I actually like am comfortable like texting regularly, and that's because one, that was the only like way of communication we had for a very long time, and so we've got our own. We have like years worth of understanding of how we're emoting through text and stuff. With literally anybody else, it's a guessing game, and that's emotionally taxing for me. And also just the for response time is quicker with calling. Like if I need information from somebody, I don't want to wait around for them. If it's urgent, I don't want to wait around for them to text me back.
Right.
I just want to give a quick phone call that could last like 30 seconds, where I would have had to wait like 5 hours.
That's like the whole concept though of also like if like different kind of tangent, but like how people have meetings, but it's like meetings that could have been an email.
Yeah.
It's like the quickness of it.
Yeah.
Can't stand that. So no, consensus is calling then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who do you think Marissa would think?
I don't know. Oh, well, okay. I love the pause that hung in the air there for a second. Because I was thinking while we were talking about this is that I feel like people that are maybe older than us would argue, like with the technology age, right, and the digital age, and people growing up with that, that maybe we do have an inclination towards texting, but like I feel like there's a lot of us that prefer calling.
Yeah.
And that's kind of associated with like an older time, like a time past us. But Marissa really loves the early 2000s. And I think the early 2000s were really big on like instant messaging and like I bet Marissa could out text us on those damn little like what is the 4 number the 3x3 number pad where you have to text with your thumbs,
like either like the ones that slide like the long ways and like are a whole keyboard that are tiny, or like flip phone, like where you have to
or you have to like click every button
times
to get the letter that you want. I think Marissa would out text us on that, like absolutely.
You okay, Becca?
She would text.
Okay.
See, a vibe check. It happened. It happened without her being here.
Oh my gosh. So the one I'm sad Marissa's not here for because I feel like she would go on a tangent with this one. I don't know if you want to introduce it, or Becca if you want to. The next one.
I forgot.
What? It's literally in front of our faces. Outer space versus bottom of the ocean.
Oh yeah, I'll read these? I'm kidding. I usually read them. I just forgot it existed. I'm sorry.
We have teleprompters because we're cool.
Object permanence, folks. Object permanence.
Cool.
So
I think this one would be controversial when it comes to Marissa.
Yeah.
She would have a definite opinion on this one, I feel.
I just don't know which way that opinion would go. So
I feel like it would be bottom of the ocean.
You think?
Yeah. 'Cause
I think
fish.
both are scary.
Oh yeah.
She draws a lot of aliens though.
That is true.
Does draw a lot of aliens.
That is very
Lots
true.
of aliens. I'm gonna say she would say outer space.
That's interesting.
Plus the concept of zero gravity I think would be kind of fun.
Yeah. So are we thinking it in terms of would you rather be in, or are you more scared of?
Well,
Because I feel like I would rather be. See, I don't have a fear necessarily of small spaces. I have a fear of open spaces.
really?
Yeah. Thanks,
Neither one
Grandma,
of
for that
these-
one.
Yeah, neither one of these is a good option for you.
No. Like even like playing like GTA, like Grand Theft Auto, like you could dive into the ocean. I always got so scared. Like just swimming in the ocean in a video game.
You should play Subnautica. That's all that game
Nope.
is about.
Nope.
That would be great to see you do that. Hey, to be fair, you had me play that one game. DDLC? Doki Doki Literature Club?
Literature Club.
Without context. Without context.
I have pictures and video from that. That was fun.
So
I'm going to get you to play Subnautica.
and, okay, yeah, that'd be fun. But as for like Under the Sea, and with the current like technology and stuff for that, you would be probably stuck in a very small confined space, and the chances of you going like.
I feel like for both of them, you would be in a small Lurkin spine.
Not necessarily, because
No,
some of
'cause,
the
like,
space stations are kind of big, no?
For submarines and stuff, they need to be pressurized in a very specific way, and there hasn't been a lot. From what I understand, there has not been a lot of work done on that in a while, because we've got the Man in the Sea Museum over on the beach, and I went there semi-recently, and the projects and stuff were to make basically underwater living possible, and that kind of got scrapped a while back just because basically one experiment was rushed too quickly and because wartime and stuff, and things didn't go well. So I don't know if there's been a lot of progress made on it since then. According to the museum, the answer is no. But, government probably doesn't want us to know.
Yeah.
If they are, I would assume.
I'd still pick ocean. In the wake of all that negative, I'd still go, all right, I like fish. I like the ocean.
But they're scary.
Jellyfish.
Have you seen the 9-foot jellyfish that they found in the depths of the ocean that lives down there?
That's my buddy. Look, Finding Nemo was my favorite movie growing up, if that's not obvious enough.
Well, Finding Nemo wasn't
It was not
deep.
in depth, no.
No.
But it is the ocean.
So I think for me, it would be as for what we're more scared of, see, when it comes to space, we don't travel very far away from our own planet. We don't, as people, we've not really gone out. We have not gone out of our own galaxy. We haven't even been to Mars yet. I don't know how far.
we know of.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if the eye roll was
sorry.
caught,
I'm sorry.
but that was a major eye roll.
I'm sorry.
We haven't been to the bottom of the ocean either, Becca.
You're probably right on that one. I haven't checked. No, I haven't.
I am right.
Okay, as in I don't know for sure because that's not something specifically I've Googled. I don't know how far our satellites have gone either, to be honest. I'm sorry if I seem rude today. I swear it's not intentional.
No, you're good, Beck.
But basically, we kind of pretty much know what's within our galaxy and stuff, and we haven't really physically explored outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of know what we're getting ourselves into if we were to just go up to the space station.
So I hear
Undersea is a lot more unknowns because of the water pressure and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. It makes it harder to go down there and research stuff, and it's just less visible down there because of less sunlight.
Right.
So there's a lot of stuff we don't know on there. So I would say we know less about what's in the ocean than we do what's directly space-wise directly outside of us.
Are you saying you'd rather go to outer space?
No, see,
Whoa! That was the question. That was the whole question.
No, I thought the question was which one we'd be more scared of.
Well, that one too.
Well, those don't directly correlate.
I don't know. I would think those correlate pretty well. But that was such a build-up. And I was like, yeah, so you mean space. Nice. And then no.
Space has less unknowns to be afraid of, which is my big thing.
That we know of. We don't know.
What's the thing? As far as I'm aware, we know more about the space right outside of the planet than we do in our own oceans. So if we're going on safety factor and how much we know about it, then yes, space. But
have we known you as someone that takes safety into consideration when doing something?
One
Of course
broken
not.
leg.
Okay.
One broken leg.
One broken leg.
is my whole reputation here.
Yeah. What's your answer, Danny?
Mine was ocean. I don't remember what your answer was.
I would prefer...
The safe answer would be space.
Probably space, I guess. Those sci-fi novels really did a lot to me when I was younger, so probably space.
I think regardless, both would
are
be
scary.
such a fun. I think they would be so fun.
Yeah.
I think I would do Undersea just because it's the one. Yes, I have fears of the unknown, but also it's the one I know the least about.
So I'm the minority on this one because we agreed maybe Marissa would be space as well. So 3-1 on this one.
See, I really don't know. I feel like Marissa would be weird about being jellyfish. I know that's exactly the face she'd make. Jellyfish. It's true.
You're right.
See?
You're right.
I know.
Okay.
She would make that face, so honestly. Okay. Well, we'll move on to a lighter tone on our next one.
Yeah.
This one is still maybe just as controversial. Insanely controversial. So ladies, toilet paper. When you set it up, is it over or under?
Over.
I'm also an over on that one.
Yeah. People who do under don't make sense to me. I will go to somebody's house and it'll be under and I will fix it. I'm sorry, you're wrong.
I'm going to put it the wrong way and then have Becca come over and see if she does it. And just see if it happens, if it changes. That would be amazing.
It probably would.
I just, the individuals I don't understand, they're the ones that are just whatever. And they'll just put it which way.
That's what my mom does. She doesn't care.
Like, I can't.
I
I
make
don't
comments to her about
understand
it.
how you do that. Like, there's a certain way to do it. You do it for convenience, so you go over.
Right.
Over always.
Was it
Unless
what
you
is
have
the
a cat, I guess.
what's the thought process of a person who's like, I'm gonna put it under? What's the thought process? They're like, I want to reach just a little bit farther to get it.
But you know, I don't think there is a thought process. I think those are the same people that are like,
think they're
I
just
don't
wrong.
care, and they'll just stick it on there. Like,
No, I've had this conversation with my mom, and she's like, why does it matter? I have a theory. Actually, I just remember this. When I was living it with my mom, I would put the toilet paper on over, as a person should do. I would go back later and it would be turned upside down, the wrong way, under. And I was convinced my mom was doing it on purpose. Just to mess
It
with
would have
me.
had. Why would she correct if it doesn't matter? Why were you correcting it?
unless it's out of spite.
It's out of spite.
It's out of spite.
Yeah.
There's literally
Oh.
no other way to explain that, I think.
Mom. We should have my mom on the show.
We should have your mom. I think she'd love that.
Yeah.
Do you bleep out the swears?
We haven't sworn yet. So
You just did.
yeah, I will.
Okay.
Just the
I'm in
beep.
charge.
We'll go ahead. We'll delete
We had to
that.
break the ice then. We had to get the swear word out. It hadn't happened.
Only when we're referencing your mom. of
Only when
course.
referencing my mom.
That's awful.
My mom's called me the C word before. I won't say it, but she has. Because I told her she looked like Farquaad.
compassionate,
Yeah.
caring,
Them
Karen.
words. Caring.
Definitely.
caring, constipated.
What?
I was thinking about C words, and that's all that came to mind. If y'all didn't catch it, then no worry
I know
about
what it
but
was.
I couldn't think of any other better ones.
Y'all on something today. We're gonna move on.
Yeah.
Good call.
We're moving on to our backseat directions because we need some sort of direction in our life to freaking make it through, apparently. But this one is another future me, of course. We don't have an epilogue for this one. But this one I thought it was one of the top ones from most recent read public letters, so I figured we'd talk about it. So this one is from November 9th, 2021 to February 10th, 2022. So not too long, 3 months. Traveled 3 months just about.
Yeah.
I think we've got a graphic of it, but I'm also going to read it because
Okay.
why not? I say that too much. I say that way too much. Why not? Anyway, do you want to read it, Becca? You haven't read it.
Sure.
Or you can read it up there too.
Oh.
Okay.
That's bigger text. Dear future me, this is a letter from the last day of the mindfulness course. I learned that meeting moments and situations with friendliness and curiosity can prevent me from judging. Judging felt dirty and shameful and small. I learned to name my feelings, and when you name them, they pass more quickly. When they are named, they don't fester and rot away in my head and heart. I'm going to assume that's
I
what
think it's head, yeah.
Yeah. I learned not to let anger be alone. Send up a seed of self-compassion at the same time, in parentheses Buddhist, and to hold myself gently during the times when I'm angry or afraid. Not everything demands an immediate bounce back. I learned that I don't always need to say what I'm thinking because it's better not to speak than it is to speak and add negativity. It's so hard to not use my voice. For so many years, it was all I had. But now I have something else. I have the choice. This class showed me that I have choices in how I react. I don't always know the right choice, but I can see more options is a win in my opinion. The choice to stop, to be curious, to listen, to breathe, to name a feeling, to cry, to be hurt or mad. And the choices are my power. And the power can help me find the truth of the present moment because the moment is all I have. Here is to more moments.
Oh.
Yeah. Jinx.
I was not a part of that, of whatever just happened.
I don't know.
It was
I don't
us
know that I
responding
wanted to
to
be.
you.
Wow.
I thought that one was sweet.
That
I
was
think
Yeah.
it's, I think I mentioned it like episode 1 or 2 about kind of like getting rid of negativity because when you speak with negativity and like doing that kind of stuff, it drags on. But like when
Yeah.
you can let it out or let it go, it tends to let in the more positive things instead of dwelling on things. But I think mindfulness is something everyone should practice, and kind of meditating is a way, at least for me, is what I've learned for that. But
Yeah, definitely the acknowledging feelings thing is important because I know for me, like being able to sit down and acknowledge, okay, what is going, like if I'm behaving weirdly and like I feel like I can't function, I typically have to stop and be like, okay, so what is this feeling, and then why are we feeling it, and then just kind of basically logic your way through it to be like, okay, this is why I'm feeling it. Is it valid? I mean, but like, are there other factors at play that I'm not considering? That kind of thing.
I think it's important to know, like, learn how to name it, to like put a title to it. And I think that's kind of what she said too, or they said. Like, one of my things that I do, especially like when I'm feeling down, is the emotions wheel, where it like stems from the middle and has like 5 different emotions, and it branches out to like figure out what you are feeling, like to put a name to it, because like I said, is like when we put a name to it, we can understand it more. But
I think there's also something really cathartic about it as well, kind of like speaking that into the air. Because like I'm definitely an advocate, like if you're feeling some type of way, you are feeling that, and like you said, like that is completely valid. But sometimes just voicing it in the air of like, man, like I'm angry, like that's just putting the words to the feeling and kind of vocalizing it, I think is like wow, like that is truly how I'm feeling. Or if you think you're conflicted and in a moment of emotion you say, oh, well, I'm confused, then like you figured out, hey, you're just confused about something. And I think that's a really great way. I don't think I really tried to embody that until I would say this year or last year, rather, because we're at the beginning of the year. That there is kind of like a cathartic, like it's much easier to work through problems when you get a moment and you have your 15 minutes to just be like, okay, this is how I'm feeling, get it out. And then you can breathe again.
Yeah, because once you know what the feeling is and you can figure out what the source of it is, and then you can know, okay, is this like, what's the situation that happened that made me feel this way? Is this a situation that I can change? If not, how can I process this to where I'm okay with it? If it's another person, try to find a way to figure out what is that other person's point of view to where that this may be happening, so if possible, you can communicate to them so you can come to mutual understanding. And if you can't, then at least you know, and at least know what you can do about it, because the only person you can really control in the situation is you and how you react to it. So while it's okay to have like negative feelings towards the situation, it's okay to be angry, it's okay to be sad and stuff. How you should express those emotions, how you process them, that's all within your control, and that is something that you should control, even if the other person isn't.
Yeah, definitely. I liked that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get an epilogue of that one someday. Maybe
we'll keep an eye out for it.
Yeah. But moving on to our Backseat Song of the Week.
Yeah.
Because it's Danny's birthday. Well, a couple days past Danny's birthday when this episode comes out. But the Backseat Song of the Week is In the Club. 50
It's a great song.
I totally didn't realize that was the name of the song for some reason. And I had a memory of of the song. And when I was younger, my sister, there was 2 things. There was a snowman that you pressed like the button on its hand, and it played the one Ice Baby. Nice. It was like a snowman that danced. And then we had something else that played this song. Like it was like a birthday bear or something like that. And it played the song.
Cute.
That's funny.
I don't know any other lyrics in the song besides.
That the one, like,
it's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday.
That's all I know.
I agree with you. I think it was this song. I might be remembering wrong, but I remember I was having a conversation with my mom about it, and she mentioned that this song was so popular at the time that it came out because it didn't have any cussing in it.
Really?
That it's like a very clubby song. It's a
Yeah.
very almost now cliche clubby song, but that it didn't have any cussing or swearing in it. And that's what made it almost like so great across the board, was that you could play it anywhere.
Yeah.
That is really cool, actually.
I think it's this one, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not positive on that one yet.
We'll do some backseat research. We should do a segment that's backseat research.
Backseat research.
What do we do? What would we do with that?
I don't know what it would involve, but we should
Statistics.
we should all wear like terrible big block glasses, like the fake ones with the nose. Backseat research.
Backseat research.
I think Marissa would go for that.
Yeah.
She was.
She'd do it on like Y2K or something. Something like research. Like PowerPoints. I love PowerPoints.
Yes. I've seen it where people will do like like as like a game thing where like they'll make their own PowerPoints, and then I've wanted to do that for so long. It looks like so much fun.
We'll
should do
talk
that.
with that idea. That's a great
Yeah,
idea.
definitely.
Yeah.
We'll do like a YouTube video of like where we present. We'll bring out the confidence monitor maybe and just like present our ideas.
I'm done.
Okay. But yeah, we are the Backseat Crew. I'm Sophie.
I'm Becca.
And I'm Danny.
Marissa. We've all got our radio shows. Got the Backseat Aux, which is Wednesdays 4 to 5, K-pop stuff. We also got the Backseat Crew Instagram and TikTok, so at the.backseat.crew. I'm getting quicker at saying it.
Nice.
Becca's Party Hour on Fridays. Fridays? That's not a word. Fridays.
That was your Midwest coming out. Fridays.
Which is weird because I don't have anybody from the Midwest.
You're from your mom, I thought. Was your mom from the
Is that considered Midwest?
Yeah. Illinois is in the Midwest.
I didn't do good in geography. Anyways.
Becca's Party Hour.
Becca's Party Hour.
7 to 8, Friday nights.
Yep.
Not this week, though, because I'm going to be out of town because spring break when this comes out.
Yeah. And I won't be having a show this week as well with spring break because, we're taking off for the break. But I also do the crew Mondays and Wednesdays, 2 to 4 for all things 70s and 80s. And you can find us at thealternationradio.com or on the TuneIn app, WKGC 90.7 HD3.
And then Marissa's is the Y2K Wave.
Yep.
Tuesdays.
Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays?
No.
She changed it?
No. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Wednesdays. No, sorry. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. 12 to 1, Y2K. Everything Y2K. But you can check us out on all those things. But in the meantime, we are the Backseat Crew.
Yep.
Wow.
Bye.
Bye. Wow.